Hey friends, thanks so much for joining me for another LeadUpCoach leadership tip. In the next 3 minutes, I want to talk about how to name each minute. So Dave Ramsey is a pretty famous guy when it comes to finances. He has a saying, make sure every dollar has a name. And what he's trying to do is to help you account for your money. If your dollar has a name, you know where it went. You might be wondering, is there like a hole in my bank account pocket and not know where your money went, and actually you spent it all on restaurants, eating out, or who knows what. But if you don't account for your money tends to dissipate or disappear. And the same is true with your time. From a leadership standpoint, it's such an important principle. Name each minute. I'd like to encourage you to go 2 directions in your naming of each minute. I'll give you some practical suggestions of how to do that. So thanks to Dave Ramsey for setting up this idea of this principle in my mind today. Just like every dollar has a name, every minute. So even if it's a break, you don't just name your work. Name your whole life. Name when you sleep. Name when you brush your teeth. That might sound silly, but if you know what's happening with your time, you're accounting for your time. So first of all, make a plan for your week. I think that's a good middle range. It's not like really a big amount of time. It's not a really small amount of time. You can kind of look at your week and know, yeah, this is kind of sort of what happens in a week of my life. So make a plan for your week. Know what you're going to do every day in that week. Then zoom in, way in. Zoom into each day. What happens on each day? Maybe look at each half of your day or morning, afternoon, and evening, 3 quadrants of your day there. What happens in those sections. Then zoom into each hour. What happens each hour? What about half hour? Going down to each minute. Make sure every minute has a name. Zoom out from your planning of a week. Zoom out to each month. What happens in this month? What about this season? What about this year? And maybe even broader. Zoom in, zoom out. Make sure every minute has a name. I'll give you one last practical word. For me, my week starts on Monday. I don't know when your week starts, but what I do to prepare for Monday is Sunday night, I always sit down and make a list of what I need to do on Monday. Typically that list is something I worked on the previous Thursday or Friday. So at the end of my week, I'll go ahead and evaluate how that week went, and I'll think about what I need to get done next week. In so doing, I'll make a list. This is going to be my list for next week. This is what I'm going to accomplish. And then I'm going to prioritize that list by when things need to get done. What's urgent or important that needs to happen towards the front of my week. Finally, I'll come back on Sunday night and say, okay, let's make sure each minute has a name. So I'm going to look at Monday morning and say, hey, at 8 a.m., this is my thing. At 9 a.m., this is my thing. At 10:30, this is my thing. I'm going to take a break and go for a walk for 15 minutes at noon because I know I'm going to be beat. Actually, probably I'll be eating lunch, and then I'll have some afternoon meetings. I'll get sleepy around 3 o'clock, need to take a little walk, take a little break. But each minute's going to have a name, even if it's a minute of rest. So, I hope this has benefited you. The point is, name each minute. When you account for your time, you'll be more efficient with it.